Hi, so we're back here at Thornage Hall, and today we're in the main market garden area and we're looking at compost. Compost is an incredibly vital ingredient for caring for our soil. Here at Thornage Hall we have a very light sandy loam, and feeding the soil in the correct way will enable us to get good quality, full of vitality crops that we then want to eat. So compost is about feeding the soil before we feed ourselves. So I just thought I'd just pick up a handful of the compost and you can just see what our compost looks like at a finished state, and then we'll talk a little bit about how we've gone about the process of building that compost. So here we are. This is now what I'm going to consider to be a finished compost heap, full of vitality. All this is a blend of carbon and nitrogen, nitrogen coming from all the green residue from all the plants and soft weeds and tops and so forth, and the carbon is really coming from some of the woodier material that comes from the ornamental garden areas, as well as when plants dry out, for instance sweet corn stalks, something like that. And as a team we just chop this all down and then we build it into these nice heaps, and step by step we consider that then to be finished. And the advantage of knowing that it's finished is the soil, which is a living body, doesn't actually have to work very hard to make this nice compost part of its whole being. That might sound a little bit strange, but if you can imagine that you consistently work your land, growing crops year after year, and you don't care for feeding your soil, there'll come a point in time where the earth will become depleted. As you take something away, you almost must remember you have to put something back. And the best way of doing that is high quality compost. So the composting processes that go happen here at Thornage, and also in your own gardens at home, is a vital ingredient at keeping your soil in good condition, so that it can consistently, in a sustainable way, give you the food that you want to eat. So I hope that's given you a bit of an understanding of how compost is vital to the soil body, and also just to bear in mind, when you're building a compost heap, you want to just make sure that the whole heap is able to be used by the soil. So you could get a situation where if it's too full of green material, it'll become putrefied and quite slimy and a bit smelly. On the other hand, if it's full of carbon, it'll be dry decay. What you need to do is to get this in balance. So building compost heaps in layers is the best solution. Some carbon rich material, then some nitrogen rich material, and step by step, as we say here at Thornage, we build the compost lasagna. Okay, so step by step you see this gets built up. We then turn it, get some air into it, and as we farm biodynamically, we also add some herbal preparations. This is not totally necessary for you at home, but the best compost that you can produce will really seriously benefit your soil, and in turn you will get a good quality crop full of vitality, which will be the food on our plates. So I hope you've enjoyed that little insight into compost, and maybe we'll catch you up again on another occasion.